Hey Physique Freaks, how's it going? Scott Tucson on MetabolicMasterpiece.com. Still feeling a little stuffy today, little plugged head, sore throat. Getting over it though, nearing the end here. Got some footage from our leg day as well as a guest appearance by Rachel, one of the young female athletes in our gym who's just been kicking some serious butt. Great role model for all the other young ladies out there. Hope you enjoy the footage. Catch up with you soon. And we began the workout with some hack squats. We started off doing some nice light warm-up sets and then two lighter working sets. We had 2 plates aside and then 2 1/4. Now we got 3 plates on there, which is, I'd say, about 80% of what I would normally lift for this rep range, but not feeling well. Don't really want to push it too hard, although I gotta say I was really tempted to push out 2 more reps at the end of this set. I kind of miss giving it, kind of really taking things to the next level and performing those reps, those grow reps, where you really kind of work through that burn and show yourself what you're made of. Rick doing the same thing here, 3 plates aside, and what you're going to notice here is that Rick really kind of eases into the range there. It gets a little bit deeper with each rep. And this is something that's really improved for him in the past 3.5 years that we've been training together. Initially, his range of motion really sucked with leg exercises, whether it was squats, hack squats, leg presses. He just was really careful. A lot of it had to do with his lower back was always feeling strained, tight, and fatigued. It wasn't so much a burn in his thighs. And as we've included more deadlifts in our training, especially conventional deadlifts, sumo deadlifts, it's really strengthened up his lower back, and that's carried over to his squats, hack squats, as we've been doing here. So deadlifts was up next, and we did some warm-ups and some lighter working sets leading up to this. So 3 plates and 1/4 on each side. Doing this only 4 reps today. I hit this for 8 reps just 5 days ago. Part of it is, sure, I'm not feeling all that well today, but what it really had to do with is I performed some self-massage a little bit too close to the workout. Just prior to the workout, I was using the lacrosse ball on my glutes and hips and the rumble roller on my thighs. And I find that if I do it too close to a workout, it really hinders my performance. And I've heard that from others as well. It was a tough set for Rick there. That was his son in the background. And this is Rachel. She wanted me to record some of her sets here, performing the sumo deadlift, just to kind of look at her form. All in all, looking pretty darn good. I like to see her kind of touch down, reset, and keep going at her, but I really like her form. She could have her butt maybe up a little bit higher. Would love to hear any other critiques from my fellow YouTubers here. What I really had her working on was her first rep was much too quick and not as controlled as the rest of her reps. So with each set, even afterwards that I didn't record, see, I really like the look of her. Her hips are up just right there. I think she's doing a hell of a job here. She added 10 pounds to each side of the bar, so 20 extra pounds, making it look like nothing. She's kicking butt here. Really doing great with her squats, deadlifts, benching. Really strong, doing a hell of a job. So really great to get her in there. Great job, Rachel. Next, we moved on to some Romanian deadlifts with the T-bar row machine, contraption, apparatus, whatever you want to call it here. Love this machine. So just really working on getting those hips going back, feeling the stretch in the hamstrings, a bit in the glutes at the end. Again, normally I go a little bit heavier. Normally I'll put another 25 pounds on here for this rep range. But again, just going for the feel today, not overdoing it. Feeling really good with this exercise. I still, even though the weight was lighter, a lot of times if the weight's too light, I don't quite feel the stretch that I want to feel in the hamstrings. But this felt pretty freaking awesome today. Just really making sure I'm keeping that chest up, flat back there. Just really working all hips there. Let's see how Rick does with his form. Again, we kind of play around with our form from time to time. Rick sometimes will keep his legs a little bit straighter. This is looking pretty good for him. He really likes the stiff leg deadlifts, I find, even a little bit more than the Romanian deadlifts. Again, today, I mean, that's the beauty of having a deload week, is just kind of training for that feel, controlling the movement, nice and slow on the way down. Feel that stretch. Get your mind in that muscle. Feels nice from time to time, and like I said in yesterday's video with the I mean, I'm really glad that I didn't take a rest week, a deload week prior to this, as some people thought I should in the schedule, because this just naturally happened for me, a natural deload week. And here we are doing some single leg extensions, and what we're doing here is aiming for about 12 to 15 reps on this first set, doing the other leg, and just going back and forth. And instead of, we're initially thinking, let's do a drop set with this, but we just kept the weight the same. And we end up just, it's the reps that get lower and lower as the sets go on. We're just doing 4 sets here. One thing that I wanted to mention with the with not feeling all that well this week, not only is it turned into a deload week for me where the weight's been a little bit lighter, haven't been really taking things to the next level and pushing out the extra reps that I know I can. The other thing that's been going on is the increase in appetite. Holy crap. Just especially carbs. I guess I'd say I think it is like starve a fever, feed a cold. I have definitely been feeding this cold big time. Just naturally, just increasing my appetite, and I'm rolling with it. Especially with my energy already not feeling that great because I'm not feeling that well. I'm just eating. I'm just eating and not feeling guilty about it. I've been really, really good this year so far, and just a nice opportunity to not only take a kind of, well, a deload with my training, kind of a break with the training, also taking a break from the diet. So I guess mentally, all in all, it's been good. It's been good for me, and definitely getting eager to get back at her and really push it this upcoming week. A little cursing going on here. The burn is definitely kicking in. All in all, the volume of our workouts this month is a little bit lower, and that was all kind of planned as well. So it's just kind of working out where the volume is a little bit lower, and right now I'm taking a bit of a deload in terms of the weight that I'm using, the reps that I'm performing, and then we'll be ready to really crank up the volume pretty soon. Finishing off with the leg curl, again, 1 leg at a time. This surprised me. It got surprisingly tough in a hurry here. First set, not so bad. I think I squeezed out 7 reps, and it was really kicking in there. Really trying to make sure that I'm keeping my hips pressed firmly into the bench. I like to keep my chest up off of the bench as well, so I'm trying to point my toes towards my body, like towards my shins. Trying to keep those hips really driven into the bench and keeping my chest up off of the platform too. I find all 3 of those things are what really help me get the maximum contraction in my hamstrings. So as I'm going here from set to set, just the reps are dropping off way faster than I anticipated. I like the first set where I was aiming for the 7 reps, but this has just been, it's dropping fast, and then you'll see my range of motion is going to taper off here as well. And so I just rolled it with this. Our first time doing this, and I just started rolling with it, and I started going 2 reps at a time, and then 1 rep at a time, and it actually felt pretty darn good just going back and forth 1 leg at a time. 1 leg at a time, 1 rep at a time. So at this point, I'm just going, all right, I'm just going to keep going. And this is kind of like that next level stuff that I was kind of thinking about. I felt like pushing it here. I felt like keep going. I can't stop here. I'm going to work through this, work through the fatigue, just keep cranking 1 rep at a time. So I'm eager to push in the next workout. Hope you enjoy this footage. Catch you next time.